My teeth look like corn. Look, look. Hi guys, welcome back. If you are new here, hi. This would be a weird video to click as the first time here, but if it is, welcome. My name is Sarah, and what I do here is, you know, a lot of different things. Our little family has just grown to 60,000 subscribers. I can't believe it either. I don't even know what's happening. You've got Q's, I've got A's. It's been a little while since we've done a little bit of a catch up, so I thought it would be a good time to sit down and answer your questions, and yeah, it's gonna be fun. Also, don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell notification, turn on all of those things so that you don't ever miss an upload. Also, I just set a timer for an hour, so I'm gonna answer questions for a solid hour, and then I'll probably spend the next 10 hours editing this video. So I collected questions from Instagram and YouTube and Facebook. I'm on Facebook, and we're just gonna go through. There seem to be some kind of recurring themes, so I'll try to group the questions on the screen so that you see that I'm answering your question, you just have the same one as other people. So here we go. This is always a recurring question. What is my day job? When we hit 100,000 subscribers, I will tell you everything about my job. It's not a secret. It's not anything that I can't talk about. It just kind of has become its own thing, right? So like the more we're not talking about it, the more intriguing it is, you know, that whole thing. But anyways, once we hit 100,000, that's the goal, I will tell you everything about everything. Here's one from Shannon Marie Layton. Anybody else who asks the same question, I'll put your question up on the screen too. Are you enjoying New York? So my husband and I moved to New York about a month and a half ago. The short answer is, yeah, I'm liking New York. It's very different. It's different even than maybe what I expected in a lot of ways, and I think there's some questions about that, so I'll save that until later, but how am I liking it? I'm liking it. Oh, here we go, from Rachel Solo Music. What's your job? JK. What's your favorite thing about living in NYC or Brooklyn so far? So we did settle in Brooklyn. We're living in Park Slope. We're really enjoying how walkable things are, and I can understand why people can live in Brooklyn and like never leave, because everything you could want is already here. Like groceries, pet stores, the vet, hardware store, like everything is pretty walkable, and like restaurants, non-stop restaurants. Where we are is really close to kind of like the main drag that goes through Park Slope. That's just kind of dumb luck. Like we didn't know, you know, we just sort of looked online to find this apartment and came and checked it out, and it worked. Oh, here's a great question from Kelly Jens. Biggest differences between DC and Brooklyn, NYC to you so far? Brooklyn is very much like DC in that it's very residential, very walkable, very convenient. DC is much smaller, of course, and there's a lot more people living outside of DC that come into DC to work. And I'm not saying that that's not the case in New York, but there's a lot of people that live in New York, like already live in New York, like New York City, one of the 5 boroughs. So I would say that that's really the difference, is that it doesn't really let up on the weekends. Where we are is not necessarily like a touristy destination either, so maybe I just don't know what I don't know. I'm not seeing the busloads of people. Like in DC, you would go to the mall on the weekend, you know, to go to Sephora or whatnot, and there would be just buses of school kids that were there on trips to come see the National Mall and all of the monuments and all that stuff, and I'm not seeing that here. But also, I haven't been anywhere. From Little Lib 78, did you figure out the basement situation? Okay, so our apartment is a duplex, and the New York definition of duplex is when you're on the first floor, there's also another level, either upstairs or downstairs, and that makes it a duplex. And ours has a basement level, and it's quite a large room. It's a very large space, but it's tough. There is a lot of storage here, but we expected there to be more storage than what we have, and we have a lot of stuff. It's like 50 pounds of crap stuffed in a 10-pound bag, but we're making it work. This is an obvious question. This is from Autumn Lily. What brought you guys to New York? So Tyler and I seized a job opportunity. So both of us were able to relocate our jobs to New York. It was just kind of like stars aligned. Like it was going to work out for him. It was going to work out for me. It was going to work out well with timing. We decided to take it. You know, we don't have kids in school to worry about. We're not parents. And it was easy enough to sell the house because of the market. So we just decided, what better time than now? Let's do it. So it's not like a totally different job. It's just a different location, right? So we just decided to go for it. Here we go from Hampton Heather. Are you liking NYC better than DC? I'm a creature of habit. I actually don't really do well with change. I like adventure and trying new things, but totally upending my life and having everything be absolutely 100% opposite and different than what it was has been kind of tough. But am I liking it more than DC? Not yet. Not yet, but DC feels like my home. We were there for over 10 years. Putting that down and then moving to some place where I don't know where anything is. I don't know anyone. I don't like it better yet, but it's still fun. Okay, here's a good one from Instagram. This is from Miss Ribbon. Was the move a downsize in living space? If so, did you find the culling of bits and pieces? Or how did you find the culling of bits and pieces? Yes, this was definitely a downsize. Our old home in DC was a 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath townhouse with a 2-car garage. And that is not what we have here. We sold that and we are renting a technically 1-bedroom apartment. It is a duplex, so like I said, the basement is pretty much the size of the entire apartment upstairs. So I'm able to have my filming set up. Tyler has his photography stuff, and we have our desks down here. So it's like filming space, office space, storage space, and then this like little back hallway that leads out to the basement filled with boxes, floor to ceiling. Very stressful. We have gotten rid of a lot of stuff, and that's been kind of liberating, you know, to let go of some things and just like start fresh and not hold on to stuff so much. But there is a certain amount of stuff that's just going to live in boxes for a few years until we move or, you know, find a different place. It's been tough but good. You know what I mean? Like taking medicine, kind of. All right. Emily Flora 1013. Have you gotten settled and found new furniture since much of yours didn't fit? Apartment tour? I'm always interested in how people make use of smaller spaces. All of our stuff physically fit in the new apartment, but nearly none of it worked. The wrong scale, the way that the rooms are set up, it just didn't work at all. So we ended up getting rid of like everything. The couch, the tables, our bedroom set we got rid of before we moved here. Just a lot of stuff. We just let it go, man. Just let it go. And we got smaller things. We didn't get a proper bedroom set, like a, you know, one that you would buy all the pieces that match. We got a bed from Wayfair, like a bed frame, and then we got the 2 dressers from IKEA because they're just a little bit more manageable and smaller scale, although larger capacity, which has been really nice because we don't have the closet space either. So we're utilizing dressers a lot more than we did before, so we needed more dresser, if that makes sense. Also, the bedroom is big, certainly for a New York apartment. It's very large. We were able to fit a king-size bed in there, which we've never had a king-size bed before, except for this short time that we were in that small furnished apartment in DC before we moved here, and we got spoiled. How were we existing without a king-size bed? I don't know. I don't care if the entire room is a mattress. It's been really nice for Murray and our new addition. I'll come back to that. But yeah, downsizing. And we're not finished yet, but we're getting closer. So a major question, how is Murray adapting? Murray is adapting really well. So in the Airbnb, it was essentially a studio apartment. It was, I think, too small for him, you know what I mean? There wasn't really anywhere for him to like hide and get away. I don't think there was enough room for him to like zoom around and like be comfortable. So as soon as we got here and all of our stuff, even before we unpacked it, it's like, this smells like us. Because the other place, like I mentioned, was furnished. So while our clothing and stuff was in there, all of the furniture wasn't ours. So I think once we got here and he felt more at home, he's really happy. And like the windowsills are really, really like deep. So he loves it, laying on the windowsills and just staring out the windows. Let me find some of these questions. Cater197 or Kate R. Are you going to get another cat soon? Yes. And we did. We have added to our family as of, what day is it? I'm filming this on a Sunday. You're going to see this on Thursday. So by the time you're seeing this, it will have been 1 week since we added to our little family. But we got a new baby boy. He's actually not a baby at all. He's about 8 months old, they're guessing, named Goose. We found him online. There's a cat rescue in Brooklyn called, well, it's all of New York City. It's called Little Wanderers NYC, and they are an amazing cat rescue. We wanted to make sure that we were rescuing a little baby. Tyler started looking like as soon as we got here, but I wanted to be reasonably established and unpacked, mostly unpacked, before we brought a kitten home to get lost in the house. We're not totally unpacked. When we saw this precious angel, we had to. The foster that found him actually suspects that he wandered out of a bodega. Like, he must have been a bodega cat who became a teenager and then went out to find a girlfriend or something. He's very friendly. He eats people food. He very much understands what takeout containers look like. Just very like cool temperament. You know what I mean? Easygoing, chill. He had like wandered by a bar that she was in. So she's also a bartender and she names all her fosters after booze, which I can appreciate. And this beautiful boy is gray and white, like Gray Goose. We had like a list of names that, you know, were in the running to become Goose's permanent name, but once we met him, it's like, oh yeah, he's just Goose. So we joke around and say that his actual name is Lieutenant Nick Bradshaw, call sign Goose. That's me, honey. You know, and it sounds cute. Murray and Goose, the names are different enough that they know who's, you know, being spoken to or whatever, but he's hot and cold. He plays really rough. He bites. We're getting there. He's super obsessed with Murray, and Murray's like, I don't know you, dude. It's slow and we're trying to be patient, but I think it's going pretty well. Oh, this is a great question. From Hubertron, what is something that you didn't anticipate, good or bad, about living in NYC? It's hot as hell. Hot. Air conditioning in New York is a lie. It's not real. Okay, unless you're in like a large commercial building, some kind of store, the mall, hospital, something like that, it ain't air conditioning. It's window units, fans, glorified window units, meaning like it's permanently installed and not just like stuck in the window. Our apartment has glorified window units because it's not HVAC. Okay, the air is not being conditioned. It's not like it's not pulling the moisture out. It's not balancing. None of that. None of that. Everything is wet. And I grew up in the South. Okay, I know what hot is. But I'm really ready for the fall because this ain't it, sis. From Miranda Piles, there's a few questions in here, but let's see. How old are you? 40. Would you ever quit your day job if your channel got big enough, or do you like the balance of work and YouTube? And would you ever do CRUE TRIME tourism, like travel to the Borden house or the Amityville house? Ooh, that sounds fun. Yes, I would do some CRUE TRIME tourism. That sounds super fun. It's just a matter of finding the time in the day. Would I ever quit my day job if my channel got big enough, or do I like the balance of work and YouTube? It's not a balance. It's really difficult actually to create really good quality content that I would enjoy, so I know that you guys would enjoy it, and also, you know, have enough time in the day to like live my life. And I think it'd be easier if I could do this full time. And I know that I could probably grow the channel quicker if I was able to do this full time, but I'm not quitting my job to do it. It doesn't seem like a smart decision for me in the long run because of my job. And when we get to 100,000 subscribers and I'm able to explain that, then that will make more sense to you later. But I would love to do this full time, but it's not going to happen for a while. Okay, here's a great question from Nettles. Once you finish with the states, would you consider doing the same for countries, e.g. a CRUE TRIME case for each country in Europe? I love that idea. And I have kind of considered taking a break from the States to pop over to another country just to like mix things up. But I have actually really been enjoying going through all of the states, and it's been really, you know, weird and interesting and fun to explore that. Ooh, this is a fun question. This is from Lacey Pearl, and she says that she has asked this question to numerous people that she follows and has never gotten an answer. Want to be the first? Yes, I do. I do want to be the first. And the question is, fingers for toes or toes for fingers? I think I would rather have fingers as toes. Shoes would look real weird, but the nails would look good. And rings. Listen, if you're wearing a toe ring, just unsubscribe. You're gross. Kelly. Oh, this is a good question from Jackie Tong. What do you miss about DC that you can't have in NYC? Well, that's pretty easy. My friends. My friends are in DC. And I miss them. It's not far. It's just everybody works. You know, it's not as easy as just like a Saturday afternoon, let's meet up to get manicures. Oh, I also really miss my nail place. I've not found one here. There are plenty to choose from, but I've also just kind of not had time because I could get my nails done and see my friends at the same time. Okay, this is a good one from Newfie Gal 78, and I said it properly this time. Are you done with bangs, or will they be making a comeback? How many cat ear headbands do you own? I was actually thinking about bringing the bangs back. It's a little warm right now. Warm weather and bangs, not a great combo, but I love the bangs. I think they're cute, youthful, so I'm considering bringing those back. And cat ear headbands, I probably have probably 8, you know, in just like different colors. I pick them up at like the Dollar Tree or the Target like dollar spot. You can typically find them around Halloween time in fun colors, or you can find them at Christmas time as like stocking stuffers, or like around Easter you can find them in fun colors. I tend to just keep one of each color. You know, for a while there when I was doing a lot of giveaways, when I would put a little box together, I would always include an extra headband that I had rolling around, and I think I'm down to just enough for me to have one of each color. So, ooh, this is a really good question from Jamie McKenna. Dream cosplay sparing no expense. I always thought it'd be really fun to dress up as Jareth? I think it's Jareth, the Goblin King from the Labyrinth. Well, the David Bowie character. If I was just doing like a full dedicated cosplay recreation, yeah, the Goblin King from the Labyrinth. Ooh, this is a good question from Brantley. Have you seen or met any of the NYC, aka Brooklyn queens from RuPaul's Drag Race yet? I know a lot live there, or gone to a show yet. I have not. Long story short, I haven't seen anybody famous or famous adjacent. There's a really fun bar very close to our house, apartment, I keep saying house, that does RuPaul's Drag Race viewing parties, and Tyler and I have gone, but haven't seen any queens. Maybe it's just like too early in the evening. Haven't seen any and haven't gone to any shows yet, but I definitely intend to. From Heather Habilitory, what is something you want to accomplish in your life that you think moving to NYC will make it easier to accomplish? Being more easygoing. I'm not easygoing, dude. I'm not a flexible person. I'm so rigid and scheduled and like controlling, and you can't do that here. Living here and adjusting is like just good personal growth. That sounds really like crystals and hippy dippy stuff, but it's true. So I'm trying to get more cool, more chilled out. I had to move to like the craziest place in America to do it, I guess. From Leanne Rigby, will you be doing a vlog and decorating your new place for Halloween? Yes. We love Halloween. We're not going to be able to do as much Halloween in the apartment as we were able to in the house just because it's smaller. Like the Spooky Town stuff, it's not even going to come out of the box. It's actually probably going to go live with Tyler's sister, but we're definitely going to decorate the apartment for sure. We have heard that Halloween is a big deal in Brooklyn, and there's actually a parade that comes through the neighborhood, so we're really looking forward to that. And I'll make sure to vlog it and share it with you. I don't tend to talk about makeup as much anymore, but from Barrymore Blue, do you have a go-to recommendation list of products and or brands for different skin types? I have like super duper combination skin. Either it's like super duper oily or super duper dry or very textured. I'm actually battling a lot of texture right now because I've just kind of been off my routine. Sunday Riley products are incredibly expensive, but they're really, really good and they work very well. So if ever I'm struggling with like congestion in the skin or texture in the skin or even some acne, Sunday Riley Good Genes is chef's kiss perfection. Also, Belief is a moisturizer skincare company, Korean beauty. Awesome. Gentle, effective, great ingredients, not too expensive. Like makeup stuff, it just comes down to preference. There isn't just one thing that's good for oily skin. There isn't just one thing that's good for dry skin makeup wise. So I know that's not a great answer, but that's the truth. Skincare is a little easier, I think, to recommend for certain issues. I'm really just a big fan of like, use what you like to make it look the way you want it to look and just have fun. Because it's just makeup. Ooh, this is a really good one from Kathleen Caffeine. Have you had any funny / creepy / gross pest rat sightings? I've seen some rats. Tyler and I are a little weird in that we're very entertained with rats. And I'm sure it's because we don't have to deal with them in our home. Our apartment is very well maintained, which we're very happy about, especially since we're on the main level and in the basement level. I know like those kinds of things can get out of hand really quickly, but it seems like that's very well managed here. I wasn't with Tyler when he saw rats. It actually took him probably like 2.5 weeks before he saw any rats, and he was so disappointed. He's like, what the heck? We saw rats all the time in DC, but like I haven't seen any rats. And he goes out all the time to like skateboard. He saw what looked like, he didn't know what it was at first, like maybe it was roadkill or a cat or something, and then when he got closer, it was like a super mound of rats that scattered, and it was like 15 rats. And he was like, oh, mega rat. Like the Megazord of rats. Oh, here we go. From Sherry Linett. Do you guys have friends in the area? What are you doing for fun? We made a huge move at y'all's age and it was so intimidating but also so exhilarating. Making new friends and discovering a whole new part of the country was really a blast. I'm not doing a whole lot for fun yet because I don't feel settled until everything is settled. You know what I'm saying? And then I just get anxious when we're out and about and I'm thinking I could be getting the house together right now. What are we doing? But Tyler's been exploring the city and skateboarding and all of that. So I'll have fun eventually, but right now I'm just kind of like exist. Do we have any friends in the area? No. It sounds so sad and pitiful. We have some friends in Staten Island and like Jersey. Tyler's made a couple of friends. We've made some friends at work. A few of them are actually our neighbors, you know, neighbors like in the same neighborhood, but yeah. No, we're new and we're just getting to know people and trying to make friends. Oh, here's another one from Haley Morris. You don't normally talk about the makeup, but would you one day tell us your top 3 in each category? Also, do you work as a makeup artist? I don't work professionally as a makeup artist. I am a MUD certified makeup artist. I have done freelance makeup work in the past. When we moved here, I ended up letting go of a lot of my kit stuff because it just started to get really old, which really burned, man, but I had to let the things go. I'm not sure if I will pursue freelance makeup stuff again, although I really did enjoy it. I did a lot of weddings. It was really fun. Top 3. Oh, I can tell you like right now my top 3. I've really been loving this Belief Aqua Bomb Mist. I've been putting this on before moisturizer and primer and all that stuff. And it's just really nice and hydrating. Oh, this is my favorite brow gel. This is it in the box. You can get it at Target. The brand is Arches and Halos. I like it because the brush is so skinny. This is just clear, but it's very firm hold. This is my favorite mascara. Benefit Roller Lash. They used to make it in brown, and I really enjoyed that for like more casual looks, but I love this. It's a curved brush. It's a silicone wand. The formula is really nice. It goes on nice and evenly. I like it a lot. I know that's not top 3 in every category, but those are 3 things that I've really been enjoying lately. So Gina H said, do you memorize the whole story or do you have notes you refer to during filming? Love your channel. Thank you, Gina. Everything is totally scripted top to bottom. And then I like off to the side have it on an iPad so I can just kind of scroll through it. I used to like print it out on like regular paper and like have to flip through the pages. That was just not effective. Not a good use of technology. But yeah, no, it's all scripted. From Allison Mather, would you ever consider mixing up the storytelling content such as telling stories about paranormal or extraterrestrial genres in a comedic style? Your delivery is absolute gold and I think it would be fantastic. Well, that's very nice, Allison. Thank you. I have mixed it up a little bit. I have one story that's about like paranormal, Robert the doll, a haunted doll, and then I have another story about a fake psychic. I definitely am interested in mixing things up. I like to try to change it too, like some of the stories maybe have a happy ending, or the most recent CRUE TRIME video was less about the crime of the sad and unfortunate and tragic death of the victim, but more so the person who was accused of it was the focus. It was a wrongful conviction story. So I like to try to like mix things up, you know, they don't always have to be murdery. Every story seems to have some kind of sexual assault connection in it. And we don't need to hear that all the time. Check the description box. There's a link to a Google Doc where you can make recommendations. So if you want to hear something specific, ghosty, spooky, just let me know. From Rainey Hay, does your Liquid IV code work each time we make a purchase? My hubby is an avid runner, me not so much. Learn to drive so I don't have to run. And it's helped so much for his post-workout hydration. Thanks for turning us on to it. If you look down in the description box, there's a coupon code. So if you went to the Liquid IV website and made an order, you could use that code to save money, and then I get a little bit of a kickback as an incentive for me to promote the product. But I promote the product because I genuinely love it. I drink it like every day, but I love it. So if you haven't tried it and you feel like you can just never get hydrated enough, like you're just always so thirsty, you know, from exercising or just being hot outside, try a hydration multiplier like Liquid IV and you might be surprised. Okay, from Emily Floor 1013. Thought of another question. Didn't sound like it was planned, but how did you decide to take in the new Furbaby? I lost my kitty a few months before you had to put Patches to rest. I really struggle with the idea of another kitty, as much as another part of me desperately missed those cuddles. Is it just me, or did you have similar feelings about it? We definitely wanted to get a buddy for Murray because he just seemed so lonely. He's never been an oldie cat, except for the past couple of months. You know, he just seemed a little mopey, and we didn't want him to be alone. And we wanted to get him a buddy like immediately, but we had so much going on and the move and the unpacking and all that stuff, and we're still not there. Like I explained earlier, once we saw Goose's little face, we had to meet. You know, if you wander into like a pet adoption, even at like a PetSmart or Petco or something like that, and weren't planning to get a new baby, you might see one where you just have an instant connection. Or maybe you won't, and that's okay too. Don't be afraid to jump back into the kitty love pond. From Laura, have you ever been to Arizona? I have technically been to Arizona, but I haven't really spent any time there. Let me explain. Gosh, years and years and years ago, I was on a flight coming back to like North Carolina from LA. I went out to visit a friend, and there was a medical emergency on the plane, and they had to make an emergency landing to get this person off. I think he was having a heart attack or something, and we landed in Phoenix. So we never got out of the plane, but I remember being in the plane looking out the window and seeing the Phoenix Suns airplane with like their logo and stuff on it. So technically I've been to Phoenix or Arizona. Haven't really got to enjoy it, but I'd love to go. From Bradderstein, hi. When are we gonna be friends? Never. Just kidding. If you guys are not familiar with Bradderstein, she is another amazing CRUE TRIME YouTuber who is an incredible storyteller. Recently I realized that the last couple of videos that I did, Brandon, Tina, and Matthew Shepard, check those out. I'll link them up in the wherever. She did those same stories. I didn't even realize because I'm the worst. Even though it's the same story and I already know the details, it's always interesting to me to see somebody else's take on it. So if you are not subscribed to Miss Brittany Bradderstein, get to it.
One of us, one of us, one of us.
And of course we're gonna be friends. We're friends right now. From the Nicole W. Holy Grail cat toy, household item, or treat recommendations for a new kitty. It's a cat toy. It's like a lure. There's like a wand with like a wire on the end, and the end of it is very much like a fishing lure attachment, but it hooks onto these interchangeable or changer-outable, is that a word? You know, toy for cats. And there's like a bumblebee, a little fish, a little mouse. So cute. Whatever they're made of, the cats love it. Murray loves it. He's shredded his. 10 out of 10, recommend. Oh, also greenies, the cat treats. They make them for dogs too. Who cares about dogs? Just kidding. Just kidding. Murray loves greenies. They're like candy for him. Lydia with a Y. How do you like your litter box? I need an automatic one. We have the litter box robot, or litter robot, I think is the actual name for it. It scoops itself robot. So it's round like a dome, and they go in, they poop or pee. The thing waits for like 15-ish minutes or whatever interval you set it to for things to clump and harden. And then it spins, scoops the poop out. Game changer. It's the best. There's like no aroma at all as long as you keep up with emptying the tray, obviously. The cats love it. Is it wildly expensive? Yes. But will it change your life in a positive way? Yes. GMW Artist asks, what's your favorite color? What a fun, simple question. Thank you for that. My favorite color is green, like grass green, shamrock green, Kelly green, whatever you want to call it, green. It's funny though because I wear a lot of blue and gray, but I love green. It's my favorite. Jessica M. Hilker asked a bunch of questions. Favorite movie, favorite show, what's your age, are you married, do you have any dogs? I don't have any dogs, and I'm not anti-dog. I tease a lot about dogs. Dogs take a lot of energy, man. You can't be lazy. Like, you have to get out of bed and go walk them no matter the weather or time of day. It's a lot of attention. Cats are a little bit more self-sufficient. from M. Nylander 3. How are you doing? I'm doing pretty good. Thanks for asking. It's been a lot. The last couple of months have been a lot. Non-stop level layering, piling on. Yeah, we sold our house. We moved into a small apartment. We lost Patches. We changed jobs. We moved to New York. We downsized our entire life. Started the new jobs. Did I already say the new jobs? That's been a lot. I had a death in the family. Like, there's just been a lot. A lot. That's life, and we're getting through it. Let's see. Ooh! My alarm's going off. Do you hear it? That's my alarm sound. That's also the sound it makes when Tyler calls me. So it's been an hour that I've been answering questions. I'm not sure how long this video is actually going to be once I trim it down and edit out all of my ums and uhs. This has been really fun to sit down and catch up. I haven't been doing that so much. My channel, I've just been trying to do some balancing, and what I mean is the things that it's obvious that you guys really like to watch, because I can see it through your engagement and your views, and then the things that I love to make. And CRUE TRIME seems to be a really good marriage of both of those things. I'm really loving it. The challenge for me though is that it's very labor intensive to make those videos in a way that I want to present them to you. So trying to keep pace. I can't make more than one video a week. I just can't do it. Sorry about that, but if you look down in the description box of all my videos, there's always other channels for you to go check out in the meantime while you're waiting for me to get my life together and post a new video. I'm looking forward to Halloween. I love doing vlogs, and I've really been enjoying sharing my day-to-day and my life updates with you. I'd like to do more chats. I'd like to even maybe do some live streaming, although some of those have been epic fails with tech issues, but it finally seems like things are like settling for me here, getting more comfortable, and you know, just kind of understanding what is my channel, because it started out as like more beauty focused, right? And then I moved more into storytelling and vlogging. Every channel evolves. You know, we're just trying to like figure it out and see what you guys like and what we like, and then find that balance. But I really appreciate you guys sticking with me along the way, and I'm really looking forward to what's next. Thank you so much for hanging out today, for asking questions, and for watching this video. I really appreciate it. If you want to see more videos like this one, then subscribe to this channel. Tell your friends. I upload new videos here on YouTube every week, and you can follow me in the other places, the places you think. That's it for now. I'll see you next time in the next video. Bye! Oh my god, it is so fucking hot. Liquid IV. What else? Any even in time you... What? It's too hot. I can't read. I'm sweating. Back of my neck is wet. What else? My teeth are very Cornish right now. I'm getting so hot down here. Can you see my sweat mustache?